The Storm know they've still got defensive lapses to fix. And with tougher opposition waiting in the prelim, nothing is guaranteed. Meanwhile, the Bulldogs. Well, they've got a bigger problem. Stephen Crichton's injury. Early whispers suggest it could be a shoulder subluxation, painful, serious, and likely ruling him out for the rest of the campaign. For a team that had rallied around his leadership, it's a cruel twist of fate. And here's the kicker, this wasn't just about losing their captain. Crichton has been the recruit of the season. His leadership, his clutch plays, his calming presence in big moments. Without him, the Bulldogs not only lose a weapon on the field, but the glue that holds the side together. Fans took to social media in a storm of emotion. Some devastated, some furious, and some, strangely optimistic, believing this adversity could galvanise the team long term. But let's be real, losing Critta in finals footy? It's the stuff of nightmares. So, what does this mean for the Bulldogs moving forward? Could this setback actually fast-track the development of younger players? Or will it leave scars that take an entire off-season to heal? And more importantly, can the Storm finally convert their dominance into another premiership, or will their run end in heartbreak yet again? History tells us the Storm are dangerous at this stage. They are battle-hardened. They've got match winners across the park. And with Bellamy at the helm, every detail is accounted for. But finals footy doesn't follow scripts. One injury, one error, one moment of brilliance, that's all it takes. And with rivals like the Panthers and Broncos lurking, the road to the grand final is anything but smooth. As for the Bulldogs, this is a gut-check moment. They've proven they're no longer pushovers. They've shown resilience. But without Critta, their leadership group will be tested like never before. It's a glimpse into the future. A test of whether they can step up, adapt, and evolve. So here we are. The Storm are flying into the prelims, confident, hungry, and ready. The Bulldogs? Wounded, heartbroken, but with lessons that could shape their destiny. And the question that hangs over the NRL right now is this: whose story will define this final series? Will it be the unstoppable Storm, or the Bulldogs fight through adversity? One thing's for sure, we'll be here to cover every twist, every shock, and every triumph. If you love this breakdown, don't forget to smash that like button, hit subscribe, and join the conversation in the comments. Who do you think benefits most from this result? The Storm with their momentum, or the Bulldogs with the fire of unfinished business? This has been Aussie NRL Updates, your home for the fiercest stories in footy. Stay tuned, because the finals are just getting started, and trust me, you won't believe what's coming next. Midway through the second half, in a tackle that looked harmless at first, Stephen Crichton stayed down. The stadium went silent. You could see it on his face, something wasn't right. The captain, the heartbeat, the inspiration, grimacing, clutching at his shoulder. Trainers rushed in. The crowd knew instantly, this was bad. The Bulldogs had lost their general, their leader, their soul. And that moment, it was like the Storm smelled blood. But here's where the story takes a shocking turn. With Crichton off, the Bulldogs somehow found a spark. Burton landed a freakish 40/20ths. Carraz barged over for a try that had their fans on their feet. Suddenly, the impossible seemed possible. Could they actually topple the Storm without their captain? Stay tuned, because what happened next will blow your mind. The Storm, as always, had an answer. Nelson Asafa-Solomona started bending the line with every carry, his sheer size creating havoc. Munster stepped up, weaving his magic. And then came the killer blow, Jahrome Hughes darting through a gap, splitting the Bulldogs wide open, sending the Purple Army into celebration mode. From there, the Storm never looked back. They tightened the screws, controlled the game, and shut out the Dogs with clinical precision. Final whistle, Storm victorious, marching into the prelims yet again. For the Bulldogs, heartbreak. A season of progress, yes, but a devastating blow losing their captain in the most crucial moment. And this is what makes rugby league finals so gripping. One moment you're on the edge of glory, the next, it's ripped from your hands. The Storm's experience, composure, and ruthless streak got them across the line. But the Bulldogs? They showed heart. They showed they're building something. But what happens next? How serious is Crichton's injury? Could this derail the Bulldogs heading into next season? And can the Storm go all the way, with the firepower they've shown? Don't go anywhere. Because in Part 2, We'll break down the fallout, the reactions, and the behind-the-scenes whispers that are shaping the final series. This is Aussie NRL Updates, and you don't want to miss what's coming next. If Part 1 left you stunned, buckle up, because the aftermath of this clash has sent shockwaves across the NRL. The Melbourne Storm celebrating another step toward glory, while the Bulldogs are left asking, how do you recover when your captain, your Critta, is suddenly gone? Let's break it down. The Storm's win didn't just secure a prelim spot, it reinforced their reputation. Year after year, no matter the changes, no matter the critics, they find a way. Craig Bellamy was quick to praise his troops, calling it one of the most disciplined defensive efforts of the season. Munster, as cheeky as ever, admitted they were just warming up. And Harry Grant? He reminded everyone why he's the best hooker in the game. Tireless, smart, always dangerous. But it wasn't all smooth sailing. The Storm know they've still got defensive lapses to fix. And with tougher opposition waiting in the prelim, nothing is guaranteed. Meanwhile, the Bulldogs, well, they've got a bigger problem. Stephen Crichton's injury. Early whispers suggest it could be a shoulder subluxation, painful, serious, and likely ruling him out for the rest of the campaign. For a team that had rallied around his leadership, it's a cruel twist of fate. And here's